Hello and welcome back to another WASC, WebAssembly, WasmDome, and all things W video. If you've been watching some of my other videos, I am sorry. Today I'm going to try something a little different. I have been told by the cool people that if you put your head in a corner of your video, then more people will watch it. And so greetings, fellow cool people. Do not be alarmed, for I am now one of you. In this video, I'm going to walk through getting set up on WasmDome. And as you may or may not know, WasmDome is a game built in WASC and designed to be played in WASC as well. So the back end is written with WebAssembly actors, and the game participants, the mechs and the NPCs, are also WASC actors. So what I have on screen here is the home page for the Assembly Mechs Beyond WasmDome website. And on this website, if you look in the top right corner, you'll see that there's a little avatar for me. That means that I have logged in and signed up. There's the only thing that you need to do in order to sign up is to log in either with a GitHub account or Gmail or any of the other OAuth providers that you get prompted with when you first sign up. In order to be able to play the game, you need to fill out your profile on the WasmDome website. And so if we take a look here, you'll see that the profile is essentially an account with currently has no issuer and no subject and no display name. And if you remember from WASC itself and the WASC ecosystem, actors are identified by secure embedded JSON web tokens. And the provenance chain is also verified with those JSON web tokens. And so in order for the game to verify the mechs that I own, I need to sign all of my mechs with my account. And in the spirit of decentralized auth, the WasmDome website will not have my private key. So I need to create a private key, and then I need to create an account, JSON web token, and give it to the WasmDome website. And again, because of the way the decentralized auth works, I'm not actually giving any private information to the WasmDome website. I'm just giving a public JSON token. So the first thing you need in order to create an account token for your profile is a signing key. And I don't currently have a signing key. So I can generate one now with the NK tool. NKGen account. And so now I have a public key, and here is my private key. So what I want to do now is to create an account with this signing key. And to generate an account, I can use the WASCAP tool. So WasCap Gen account essentially takes as an option the name of the account, and it also takes the seed path. The seed path is the signing key for the account. And so what will happen after I generate this account is I'll have generated a self-signed account. So the issuer is the same as the subject. And for the purposes of this game, that's perfectly fine. But in a production scenario where you have, enterprise microservices, you might want your chain of provenance to go all the way up to the operator level so that you're not dealing with self-signed accounts. So let's generate this account here. And I'm going to give it the name, seed path. So in order to have the seed path, I need to create this account as a text file. So let's just call this the demo account. And now I should be able to generate an account based on this key. Okay, so clearly I've completely forgotten the syntax for my own tool. Uh, so it used to take issuer and subject as separate parameters, and I changed it recently, so that I now take two seeds. The first seed is the issuer seed, and the second is the subject. And so in this case, I will have both of these. I'll have two seeds, one for the issuer and one for the subject. And the name of this account is going to be demo account. And this actually worked out. And so first thing we'll do is just put this into a JSON web token file so I don't lose it. And so that we know that this is just public information and is easily decoded, we can go over to jwt.io and we can paste the token that we just generated. And you'll see the issuer and the subject are the same. They're both the public key of my account. And it's also worth pointing out that there's no private information here. And the reason why this website says invalid signature is just because it doesn't deal with ED 25519 keys. So now that I have this account set up, I can go back and edit my profile. If I paste the account JSON web token there, and I set my name on the account, there. I now have saved the account. This is part of my profile now. And so now whenever I enter a mech into the arena, it will only be considered valid if it has been signed by this account. And so the public key of the issuer of my mech must be in this account. And so now that I have an account and I have that account set up on my WasmDome profile, the next thing to do is to join the Lattice. And the Lattice is a seamless network that is self-healing and self-forming, and it's one of the features of Wascoast. And the Lattice for WasmDome is essentially the lobby in which all of the competitors wait before a game starts. And so to be part of that Lattice, I need to start a NAT server. And if I start a NAT server locally, then I will essentially be part of an isolated lattice of one. If I start a NAT server as a leaf node of someone else's lattice, which is what I want to do here, then I will join that lattice, and then anything that connects to my NAT server will therefore also be connected to the NAT server that's in the cloud. And I believe I have NAT server installed. No, I don't. So I'm going to attach the NAT server to the loopback adapter. I'm going to use anonymous authentication, and I'm going to use my leaf configuration. And it looks like I could potentially have NATs already running. Okay, so now that I've cleared that up, I should be able to run the NAT server again. So I'll point that at loopback adapter, and we'll give it the leaf configuration. Okay, so now I have that connected, and that is up and running. So I am now officially part of that lattice. And so if I were to start a West Coast running an NPC, that NPC would show up in the arena. And so let's go over to the arena here. You'll see that there is a single turret sitting there in the arena lobby, and the lattice actually shows that it has 4 hosts and 3 actors. So let's just set my Rustlog environment variable. Make sure I'm running the latest version of West Coast. And in this, what I'm going to do is load up this manifest file. And in this manifest file, you'll see that I have a single actor, which is my demo robot, and it's bound to the WasmDome engine capability provider. But what's interesting is that in this manifest, there isn't a capability provider in here. So when I start my West Coast, it's only going to load this actor, and it's going to try and bind this actor to the WasmDome engine capability provider. And because I'm in the lattice, it's going to look throughout the lattice for this capability provider, and if it finds it, that's the one I'm going to bind to. And so there is a copy of this capability provider running out in the cloud. If there is one running out in the cloud, it'll find it. I happen to have one running on a home lab, but it's going to use the global NGS endpoint to go and find it. So I could have this in the cloud. I could have it running on a Raspberry Pi, home laptop. It doesn't matter. However, if it's connected to the lattice, it'll find that capability provider. So let's run the West Coast. And so now you see the demo bot mech has launched. Its team is Planet Earth. There's 2 teams in the game. You have Earth and Boilerplate, and obviously Boilerplate is the bad guy. And yeah, it looks like I didn't set the avatar for that mech properly. And so now if I shut this off, a few seconds later, you should see that demo bot disappear from the lobby once the health check fails in the capability provider. There it goes. So if I take a look at the capabilities, or if I look at the token for the demo bot, you'll see it has no tags. And what we want to do is make sure that it has an avatar that is usable for playing the game. And those avatars are bot-1 through bot-8. So let's give this thing an avatar. It only really needs the avatar for the release. So I can change this to a demo mech. And we'll give it an avatar. Make that release. So now we have avatar-bot-1, and so it should look for the bot-1 avatar on the website once I put this thing into the lobby again. There we go. See, now we have the demo mech up and running, and it's chosen an appropriate avatar. And so when you're building your own avatars to compete in WasmDome, just make sure that the tag is prefixed with avatar dash, and that you use bot-1 through bot-8 as your avatar, and you'll be able to see what those look like online, either in the GitHub repository or in the documentation. And so this is pretty much the end of this video. What I wanted to show was getting your bot into the arena, and what'll happen on a live game, which I'll show in another video, or you can see it live on August 6th, is I'll be, when you go to the arena, you'll see an upcoming match, and you'll be able to request credentials to gain access to that match. And the credentials will last just long enough to get you into the lattice while the match takes place. And this happens because, so if you look at my Leaf configuration, I'm using some private credentials. You'll be given public credentials so that your CLI can access the match schedule. And then once you hit request on the arena page to gain access to the next upcoming match, you'll be able to use the WasmDome CLI to run a match. And there's also a command that's not listed in this one, but there's a command to claim your token, and claiming the token will then create a new creds file for you. And after that, you'll be able to either restart NATS or send it the SIG-up signal, and it'll reread your configuration and switch so that you have access to the game arena.